Yes, sir. Ambassador Plays back in the building. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Not just well, but swell. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Look, y'all, today we just gonna talk to y'all about the Sparking Zero community and the state that it's in, what it's suffering from, and what could change, man. I'm not gonna lie. And if I'm being honest with y'all, bro, y'all let me know what y'all want to see. Before we get into this real fast, I'm gonna just ask y'all let me know what y'all want to see, because until this rank reset come out, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, bro. It's difficult trying to find entertaining, interesting content besides what I'm doing right now. And I don't want it to feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I'm just trying to give y'all good content that y'all actually want to see while still being authentically myself. You feel me? But I just want to talk about a few things. So y'all make sure y'all let me know in the comments what kind of videos y'all want to see. Get at me, man, because I'm making content for the glory of God, number one, and two, for y'all, man, for y'all. So y'all let me know. But let's go ahead and get into it. So here's the thing that I really just want to say first and foremost, bro. And I mean this for real, for real. Like, okay, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero obviously is a game developed based on the Dragon Ball series. That's it, period, bro. It wasn't based off Naruto. It wasn't based off One Piece. It wasn't based off any other anime. It was based off the Dragon Ball series. Who created the Dragon Ball series? Well, it was this little guy. You may know him, you may not. His name is Akira, or his name was Akira Toriyama. You feel me? So when we say that, when we think about that, it's like, okay, what did Dragon Ball stand for? Okay, yeah, some people may say character development. Other people may say hands. Yeah, I think both of those things are a huge part, but you kind of got to look at how Dragon Ball Z operated and what most people loved about Dragon Ball Z. And I don't know about you, but some of those things for me is honor. Some of those things for me is principle. Some of those things for me is the willingness to win in a fair way at any means possible. So see, I didn't say the willingness to win at any means possible. I said the willingness to win in a fair way at any means possible. And what I mean by fair is you can't just compromise who you are in order to win. You feel me? Now, you have times where this has happened, such as Vegeta taking the spell from Babidi in order to gain a power enhancement, going Majin Vegeta. But even then, you see how that ends. Even then, he doesn't end up triumphant in the end. So there's a message there's a message in that of itself. Right? When you do things to sell out in order to win that come from the wrong ambition, that come from the wrong place, you're not going to be victorious in the end. Majin Vegeta was not victorious in the end. He ended up blowing himself up just to fail at destroying Boo. That's, you see what I'm saying? And so some of y'all might be like, okay, AP, okay, Ambassador Players, what are you talking about? Where are you going with this? Well, I think that this ties into the Sparking Zero community, because I think people have kind of lost perspective on what Dragon Ball Z really is / was, and the vision Akira Toriyama had behind it. And I'm not trying to get deep on y'all or anything like that. I'm really not. But I'm just sitting back pondering. I'm sitting back wondering. Because your boy Ambassador Plays, I don't really watch Netflix or things like that too much. Like I do with my wife and my children and things like that. But outside of that, I consume YouTube, and I look at my own content to see how it can get better. To see how I can improve it, rather. And in surfing YouTube, obviously Sparking Zero is not the most popular game, so it's a closely knit game, and it's a closely knit community. I see the Don Coolio videos, the Opacs, the Demon Joes, everybody who's still actually consistently uploading content on this game. I'm pretty sure I know them, and if I don't, my apologies. But you see things happening such as Smurfing. Okay, first of all, let's just listen to the name Smurfing. Does that sound fire? Does that sound honorable? Does that sound Dragon Ball-esque? No, no, and no. You feel me? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, so it's like you buy the game, you pay your $100 or you pay your $69.99 to get the base version of the game or the deluxe version, whatever you want to get. You buy Sparking Zero. Everybody's hype. It's the fourth continuation, the fourth installment of the Budokai Tenkaichi series, also known as the Sparking series originally, right? And everybody can't wait to fight. Everybody can't wait to throw hands. At what point Do you cross that line of fun, ambition, wanting to win to, you know what, I'm a cheat? Because if we're being real, that's what it is. Like, I just don't understand. And so as I'm sitting back, I'm watching these videos and I'm watching the proof come out and I'm watching all these different things. And I can't help but to ask myself, yo, where does this come from? And I think the answer that I have is, it's a few different reasons, but I think it could be narrowed down to two. Number one, you need some character development in real life. I don't know how else to put it. You need some character development in real life. Because if you're willing to cheat like that over a game, for what? It's one thing to have a motive behind it. It's one thing if you were to be top 5, top 10 on the leaderboards, you get some money. Or you get a discount on the next patch that drops if there's DLC that was not included within the edition that you purchased the game in, right? It's different. I'm not saying that it's acceptable. I'm not condoning it, but it's different. It allows somebody to at least understand why you would go that route, okay? But it takes a different kind of person to go out of their way in order to gain an advantage on the system that was outside of intention, aka cheating, in order to get a top rank. For what? Where is your principle at, my brother? Where is your character at, my brother? Oh, I see where your character at. It's in the doit. Not in the dirt, in the doit. It's that deep down underground, bro, because I don't understand it. I don't understand it, right? I think that's number one. So you need some character development in real life. Number two, you need to go back and watch Dragon Ball from the beginning. I'm talking about, if you haven't seen Dragon Ball, go watch Dragon Ball, then watch Dragon Ball Z, and then go watch Dragon Ball Z Kai. You probably need both. You need both the, you know, the different inflections in the voice and all these different kinds of things, because Dragon Ball Z Kai is just Dragon Ball Z with different voice acting and better art, if you will, shading and things like that. And then go watch the movies. Go watch them in chronological order and take a notepad and write down what you see about the main characters and why they're winning. And then go see if that lines up with you. Because it probably doesn't. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not even trying to be funny, for real, for real. I just don't know what else could cause the kind of things that we're seeing within this community. Obviously, Bandai Namco, obviously Spike Chunsoft have their issues. They seem to be overall a lackluster dev team, and they really seem like they're kicking their feet up, drinking 7-Up all day long, not worried about a dang thing, because they already got their sales from the original release of the game. But at some point we have to go, okay, this issue is what it is. Let's work on what is in our control. What is in our control is, bro, are you cheating the system or are you playing fair? Are you actually using time that you have? First of all, you're on some of these people are on the game all day. So when you're on the game all day, are you using time to find methods to make you the best fighter that you possibly can, aka what they did in Dragon Ball Z? Or are you finding ways to give yourself an exploitatious advantage over everybody else? An advantage that wasn't intended to be. What are you doing? And does it line up with the game that you're playing? Does it line up with the motivation that the game that you're playing received from the show? Does it line up with any of that kind of stuff? I would argue, no sirree. No sirree, Bob. I'm almost at a loss for words, because I legit, like, without even trying to be funny, without trying to insult or hurt anybody's feelings, bro, why? Like, that's seriously a question. Okay, so I have a question for the people who have boosted, for the people who have cheated, for the people who have given other people their accounts in tournaments, for everybody who's doing that corny behavior just to be notarized, just to have some notoriety, just to be seen, just for quote unquote bragging rights. I want you to ask yourself a question real fast. And here's the question. Why? Question mark. That's a question. Why? Question mark. A lot of things that you do in life, it's about the why. Okay? The person who's playing sports because they want to be a billionaire probably isn't going to have as much determination, grit, and grind when the rubber hits the road as the person who's playing sports, who's in the hood or who's broke, who doesn't have much at all, and his options are, his mentality is, I have to make it or make it. That's the only way I can get my family out of this situation. Do you see the difference in those two reasons? That's called your why. Okay, so the why behind what you do, it makes all of the difference. The why behind what you do, some could argue, is everything. The why will determine how you operate in going to achieve your goals. Amen? Right? Think about what I'm saying. Is it true or is it false? You have a brain of your own. You have a mind of your own. Think about what I'm saying. Really think about it, bro. Like it's frustrating because it's like, how are we in the same community? That's not me being up on a high horse. That's me being flustered and confused and dumbfounded. I don't understand it. Because when I sit back and I watch Dragon Ball, I sit back and I think, wow, like, oh my gosh, this dude Goku don't care that he got beat 3-4 times in a row. He wants to train so hard that he can come back and beat the strongest villain. And if he knows that he's not to the point where he can beat them, he's going to find any way that's not cheating to beat him. That's one of the many reasons why people love Goku so much. This guy, Goku, when he sees one of his homies done wrong, he wants justice. He wants to enact justice on the behalf of his friends and his partners and his family and things like that. It's one of the many reasons people love Goku. This man, Goku, he breaks one limit and he's not satisfied. He wants to go and find somebody stronger so that he can break another one. Does that sound like some of the people that y'all know in the Spark and Zero community, or does that sound like the exact opposite? Because that's the game that they're playing. Those are the principles that are found. Those are the principles that the game they're playing were founded on. Right? Grit, determination, honor. Right? Like, these are basic things that anybody who's watched Dragon Ball and enjoyed Dragon Ball and is somewhat passionate about Dragon Ball, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't hesitate to agree with that. Because there's no reason to, in my opinion. You feel me, man? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm serious. What other, like, bro, okay, and I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but it's like, how do you do other things? If this is acceptable behavior to you, and then, you know what, let's take a pivot. Let's talk about this. Then once you're called out, that is a prime, perfect, absolutely amazing opportunity for character development. And what do? Some of you people, without saying names, make threats in order to justify your garbage, bad, cheating behavior. Can I just call it what it is? Cheating is bad, right? Cheating is garbage, right? I'm not being mean. I'm just being real. And so when you get called out for it, aka exposed for it, you have one of two options. You can go, you know what? Man, I didn't think I would get caught. You know what? This isn't cool. I shouldn't have done this. Let me right my wrongs and turn the other way. Let me repent. Let me just say I'm sorry and be a better man and do things right this time. That's one of your options. Your other option is to ignore everything that's right, is to ignore the actual legitimate criticism and the call out and defend the garbage behavior that you've already portrayed. What? Like, do you see what I'm saying? And the sad part is they choose the second one, or they don't address it at all. It's like, yo, listen, I understand that we're all fallible beings, right? We're all fallible beings. And if you don't know what fallible means, it just means prone to making mistakes or is going to make mistakes. That's how every last one of us are on this world. But we're going to make mistakes. Sometimes things aren't just a mistake. Things are a planned out bad action. A mistake is leaving the stove on when you leave the house. A thought about bad action is like turning the stove on max and then throwing a whole roll of Charmin paper towels on there and then leaving the house. Now, that's not a mistake, buddy. That's not a mistake. And so when you get called out for throwing that Charmin roll of toilet paper onto the stove that you turned up to 400 degrees, right? When you get called out for that, are you going to say, you know what, my bad, let me do my best to repair these damages? Or are you going to say, why are you calling me out? I like causing destruction. I like causing pain and putting other people at risk. You see what I'm saying? So where am I going with this? Where I'm going with this is just like, yo, can we be better than that? I mean, that's where I'm going with it, I guess. Can we be better than that? Because listen, I'm going to tell you one thing's for sure and two things for certain. The community might not get any better if we're relying on the devs. Facts or facts? The community might not get any better if we're only relying on the devs. Facts or facts? So what's our other option? Yo, can we hold each other accountable and actually act like men? And some of y'all might be young men. Guess what? You're on your road to being a man. Hopefully. There's all kinds of things going on nowadays. But if you want to be a man, a part of that is accountability. You're not going to be perfect. The Bible says a righteous man falls down 7 times but gets up 8. That 8th time when you get up, you dust your shoulders off and say, dang, I was tripping. Let me get right. Dang, you called me out for something that I was really tripping on. Let me get right. That's how you got to do it, bro. That's the Dragon Ball Z way, in my opinion. Y'all are welcome to disagree with me. This is a free country. This is a free video. You have freedom of speech, buddy, and act it on this video and say, Ambassador, please, I disagree. Y'all be doing that anyway. Some of y'all be downright hating, I ain't gonna lie. But I don't know, man. So it's like, you gotta look at the people within this community, and if you know them personally, hold them accountable. Or if you have any relation with them at all, hold them accountable. You feel me? Because this community is all that this community has. Sparking Zero as a corporation, as a company, as a business doesn't seem to want their community to improve. They seem just fine with all the chaos that's going on because they have their money or whatever reason they have, right? I'm not going to assume their reason, but they seem just fine. So that's what we got to do, bro. Like, this is the Sparking Zero community. This is the state it's in. Yo, we got to call a spade and say, yo, that's messed up. You shouldn't be doing that. And if you disagree, let's have a discussion about it instead of threatening each other with all kinds of crazy stuff. This is a video game, bro. Video games were made for entertainment and fun and joy and different things like that. Not all this garbage that we're seeing today. You feel me? It's not supposed to be like that, bro. So we got a decision to make collectively as a community, bro. Are we going to push positivity or negativity? Are we going to push love or hate? Are we going to push accountability or excuses? We got a decision to make, homies. We got a decision to make. You feel me? So I know that this video was a little different. We went off on a tangent, but I'm fine with that. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep giving y'all real content that's not fake and interesting stuff that y'all want to see. So drop a comment down below if there's a specific kind of content that you want to see. And then also let me know what y'all thought about this video. I love when y'all engage with the channel. And I'm gonna be in there, man. I'm gonna be in there. So yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, that's it. That's all I got for y'all. Oh yeah, word of the day real fast before I let y'all go. And I'm not gonna lie, I be doing these on the fly. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I be doing them on the fly, at least so far. So I say word of the day is, bro, don't give up, homie. Don't give up, brother. Don't give up, sister. See, you started doing whatever it is you're doing, playing basketball, trying to be a mathematician, trying to be an engineer, trying to get a trade to go to trade school, whatever it is, trying to be a plumber, mechanic, whatever it is, a YouTuber, a content creator, a professional athlete. Don't give up, my brother. Don't give up, because the problem is you not seeing the results that you wanted to in the time frame that you made for yourself. God got a different time frame for your life than you got for yourself. You understand? So what you need to do is put the pedal to the metal when the going gets rough. You sit down and you think about your why and you keep going, because a lot of the times you quit, and if you hadn't have quit, if you would have just kept on going, bro, you would have had that breakthrough that you so wanted. It's possible. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it's possible. Bro, listen, if you have a good reason for doing something and you have a good why behind what you're doing, remember we talked about that earlier in the video, don't you dare give up, because why would you give up on yourself? You feel me? So you mean to tell me you could go into your 9-to-5 job, punch in and punch out, clock in and clock out 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, 12 months a year, not give up on that, but you're going to give up on yourself? You gonna treat work like it's mandatory, but treat your dreams like it's optional. You gonna treat work like it's mandatory, but treat your dreams like it's optional. Come on, bro. Don't give up. So I know whatever you're going through, if it's hard, if it's difficult, if it's frustrating, boy, don't you give up. Girl, don't you give up. Keep going. You feel me? Surround yourself with like-minded people who want to see you win instead of wanting to see you fail. And don't give up. You feel me? And pray to God. And pray to God. That's it, man. For real. If Jesus loves you, I love you too. It's been Ambassador Plays, and I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace.